Welcome and Merry Christmas. My name is Carlo Milo. I'm a transformation coach and I'm here to give you 12 tips to have a better 2023. So I'm going to get straight into it. Number one is start saying no. So this 2023, I want you to say no to certain things you truly don't want to do. A lot of people waste time out there. So they will go to things they don't want to go to just for the sake of it, whereas they should be looking after their own time and be more precious of their own time, because if you can be more precious with your time and make yourself feel better, then actually in the long run, you'll be able to give out a better energy. I won't go too deep into it, but that's your little target. Learn to say no and do the things you truly want to do. Number two, dry January. This is one that most people will try and attempt. And dry January, kind of don't smoke is the two things that I would, as a target. You can do both at the same time, or if you feel like you're just doing one, pick one. So don't drink or don't smoke, and that's something that will set your year up so much better. You'll be way more productive. You're going to feel substantially better when you're not putting poison into your body, and you'll actually have mental clarity. Until you try this, you will not know what good feels like. So a lot of people say, "Oh, I feel good." If you ask someone who drinks regularly, "How do you feel today?" and they've not drank in 2 days, they'll be like, "Yeah, I feel fine." Do they? Probably not. They probably just don't know how it feels to optimize their health. So that's something you're going to have to do to start optimizing your health, is to get rid of the alcohol. I'm not saying do that for the rest of your life, but at least try it for a month and make your own opinion, because I can guarantee you're going to feel so much better. Number three is walk when stressed. This is something that I tell a lot of the people who work with me. Is when you're in the house, right? You're working at home 9 to 5, let's say, or in an office, you will get stressed, you will get overwhelmed, you'll get anxiety, because your body is not supposed to be in an enclosed environment. It's not supposed to not have direct sun. It's not supposed to not move. When you do those things over time, 3-4 hours, you'll start feeling really strange, like, oh my God, I'm getting anxious, you'll overthink, you might be looking at your phone too often, you might start comparing, getting anxiety because you start getting FOMO. I mean, I could list a million things, but when you just put your phone down, put it in your pocket, go walk outside, get some sun. If you're not in a hot country, just get outside, get some fresh air, see normal things around you, you're going to feel so much better, I can guarantee it. So that's something you need to focus on. And take notes on these, by the way, if you can't remember. It's something you can keep track of. Number 4 is watch educational videos instead of Netflix. This is one of my favorites, because if you watch an educational video instead of watching Netflix, so if you're there in the house and you'd normally stick on Netflix and go, I'm going to watch something tonight, stick on something on YouTube. Go onto YouTube, search something more educational, something more something that will add value to you, as opposed to just watching mundane or maybe some stuff that shoots your dopamine levels up and excites you, but at the same time doesn't add any value to you and only wastes your time. Well, this year, I want you to try and make that focus, start in January, to start taking the bull by the horns and say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to watch something that's going to add value to me. That could be something financial, that could be something into health, that can be something into, if you're trying to learn a language, whatever that is, you should be doing that way more often. And what I would do on top of that is I'd put it into your Google Calendar. I'd put it into your Google Calendar so you actually have a reminder that pops up and tells you to do that at a time, maybe 8 o'clock at night, where normally you would sit down and watch something. And once you start doing this, you'll actually get yourself into a habit of getting yourself away from Netflix, getting yourself away from the things that don't really serve you, and you'll start taking in more information. And once you get that, it's quite addictive. You start realizing, I'm starting to level up here way quicker than everyone else. Think about it. When everyone else is watching the television, right, you're educating yourself. That you might be like, it's that comparison of like two lorries driving along side by side, but one lorry takes half a degree to the right, and then over time, it's miles, it's completely in another direction. And that's what happens when you start educating yourself more often. It's little bits of education throughout the day. When everyone else is watching garbage, you're taking in good quality information. You might not see the change, but over the long run, you're going to be a completely different person, and you're going to be 10 times higher in levels when it comes to life. And last one is sleep. 7+ hours. This is a bit of a boring one, but it's something I want to reiterate, is get some sleep. Like, a lot of people won't get to bed at the same time every night. They'll be on their phone. I have a video on sleep specifically, so if you're someone who struggles with sleep, go into my other YouTube videos and scroll down, or even scroll down on those, and they'll actually be there on, I think it's like a 9-minute video on sleep. It's really in depth and it's so helpful, because a lot of people say, oh, I can't sleep, and they just give up on it. They just think, I'm not a sleeper. It's like, you're doing something wrong, and I can guarantee I'll be hitting a good few of those things that you're doing wrong in that video, and it'll help you substantially. So take them time and go and look at that video specifically. So get at least 7 absolute minimum hours of sleep a night, and that'll help you substantially. So that's the first 6. I'm going to put another part 2 out with another 6 topics for 2023. So I hope you enjoyed.